Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing good. We are carrying on with autumn videos. We are in autumn season. If you missed the last video, go check it out. That was my very first video in my autumn series, but we are moving on. I decided I love these flowers so much. I'm going to do a tray, like a 50-50 or 3/4 tray of Jesmonite and epoxy resin together at the same time. I have done this before on my channel, but I haven't quite done it like this. We are going to be using Jesmonite AC100 and we're going to be using Apex resin. Guys, let me tell you, Just For You Online sent me their entire range of Apex resins, and this one is their 1:1 by volume, 25-minute work time, 16 to 20 hour cure time. This is ideal for coasters, geodes, trays, and it's classed as their kind of high gloss finish all-purpose resin. This is the first time I'm using this resin, and I can already tell you I am obsessed with this resin. I've already mixed the resin. So the resin was 1:1 by volume, which means you kind of eyeball it, or you use a calibrated cups with measurements on the side. Now I'm mixing up my Jesmonite. I really don't know how much I need at this point. I'm kind of just eyeballing it. And it was at this point I thought, oh my gosh, I could keep the Jesmonite completely natural, not add any color at all. It would work so beautifully with these flowers. But I did decide to go with Pumpkin from the Homeware Design Co. range. Homeware Design Co. are stunning range of eco pigments. I added in my pumpkin, but to be honest, I guess it's giving me an orange. I wasn't really feeling the orangeness of it. So even though I added more, it really did give me that very bright, very typical pumpkin color, which is exactly what it says on the label. But I really wanted this like burnt umber. You know, that gorgeous dark burnt brownie orange that is just screams autumn. I decided after mixing I would add in some of the Homeware Design pigment in the chocolate brown color, and that brought it down a notch. It just gave me this real deep, rich burnt orange, and that was really the color I was going for. I thought it would offset the gorgeous cream flowers. Now, talking about the dried cream flowers that I'm using in this video, they are from Amazon. They will be linked down below in my Amazon storefront. I have already bought a few packs because I'm obsessed with them. Now, again, you could do this any way you want, any mold you want. I'm using a trinket tray just for kind of demonstration purposes. I knew what I wanted to do in my head, and I thought the trinket tray would be perfect for it. You could do 50-50 Jesmonite and resin, but I did decide at this point, don't really want 50-50. I want more Jesmonite. I want the Jesmonite to come over almost 2/3 of the way. So really this is a 2/3 Jesmonite to 1/3 epoxy resin. And I am pouring them both exactly the same time. They work. This works. Honestly, on a flat level like this, it works beautifully. If you pour them both together in a deep mold, like a pot mold, it won't work. Jesmonite is heavier than epoxy resin, and Jesmonite will sink down into your epoxy resin. So again, that's something to bear in mind if you are thinking of doing this. The other thing to remember is that resin sticks to Jesmonite. So epoxy resin will stick to cured Jesmonite. Jesmonite will not stick to cured epoxy resin. So if I was to do this and then pour Jesmonite after, the whole tray would at some point in the future completely and utterly snap apart. They just won't stick together. So either pour them at the same time or pour your Jesmonite first, followed by your resin, because it won't work the other way around. Now, it was at this point I decided to throw in as much as I could possibly put in there. Not really a chuck it all in technique because it's just these cream flowers, but I really wanted to pack them in. I wanted maximum impact. If you saw my last video, I did some pendants where I put quite a lot in, but then I also did some pendants where I went more down the minimalist look. And it really wasn't for me. The minimalist look really was not for me. I really wanted the most wow, the most impact. Now, you did see me there again use my pipette because I over poured on the epoxy resin. It's not ideal. I don't want this much in the mold because I do plan on pouring a backing color, a back coat. And at this point I was worried because there wasn't much room left. So all of these things, keep it in mind. Now you can see me showing you here, I do have some dried pressed leaves and I was toying with the idea of putting them in there, but honestly I just felt like it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work with my gorgeous neutral creams and burnt orange scheme. The green, I think it would have just taken over. So all I'm doing here is just using my scissors to cut my flowers down. I'm really not analysing it. I put my real pale kind of grassy flowers down first, and then right on top, right at the back of everything, I'm laying down a ton of the gorgeous cream flowers, even like individual petals, they're all going in there. I am fully obsessed with this project. And then I remembered these spiky little fluffy bits that have to go in. Like, these are the most impactful. They really create quite a wow when they are backed in a darker color. So again, if you missed the last video, I did a different variety of background colors. I used orange and brown and green, and it really was the brown. It was the brown for me. It was the absolute winner. So I decided to back this entire tray in brown. Now, of course, we're not going to see that behind the Jesmonite. We're just going to see it behind the cream flowers. And if you are wondering whether this would work with any of your eco pours, yes, it would. It should do anyway. I've actually not used my other eco pours with epoxy resin. I do have now a selection of eco pours, so I will be using those over the coming videos through the autumn series. But today I just wanted to use Jesmonite. It's been a while, and I kind of missed it. Now, this is where you can see I was kind of struggling a bit. I didn't leave much room in this mold for a backing color, so I'm going real easy. I'm just using my lollipop stick to spread out that brown resin just to try and get it as evenly spread across as possible, and a nice generous spray of 99% alcohol just to get rid of any of those surface bubbles. And that is it. We leave it. We come back 24 hours later for demold, and oh my goodness me, I am obsessed. This resin is crystal clear. Like, I cannot, it is crystal clear. This is the Apex. It is the 18 to 20 hour cure. It is crystal clear, guys. I know it should be, right? It's resin. But listen, I always get bubbles. No matter what. We have got some seepage that kind of, where the epoxy resin met the Jesmonite, we do have that seepage, but I kind of like it. I like that it looks even more burnt orange. Loving the crystalness, the crystality. Guys, where's the words? It's crystal clear. Can you see this? I'm obsessed. This resin was so, like, it wasn't super watery, but it wasn't thick at all. It was so easy to mix. And when I poured it, it was crystal clear when I poured it. I mixed for 5 minutes and it was crystal clear. Crystal clear after 5 minutes of mixing. I was super shocked, super happy. That is when I knew we had to have some vinyl decal on here. You know, the burnt orange kind of Jesmonite area, it's beautiful, it works, the contrast is beautiful, but it needs something. It needs a little something. And it was when I messaged my friend who's here on YouTube, Tony, under Crafty by Tony. I said, I need an autumn quote and I need one right now. Straight away she wrote back, falling for autumn. I was like, you're a genius. You're just a genius. She is a huge autumn lover, and this is what we went for. Falling for autumn. Guys, how beautiful is this? Honestly, I did go through the Cricut design space. They only had one single design for Falling for Autumn. Not my cup of tea at all. Not my vibe. I ended up having to type this out myself. The font is called Baby Darling. That is a downloaded font from Dafont. D-A-F-O-N-T. Dafont. This font is not available in the Cricut design space. So I've downloaded it. It's now on my Cricut. But oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this, guys. Look at this. I can't. This is the most beautifully autumnal DIY. I absolutely love it. I love the colours. I love the homeware design pigments that I've created this kind of gorgeous orangey, browny, burnt orange look. I love where the resin meets the Jesmonite, and I am obsessed, utterly obsessed with the Apex resin. Totally. Let me know if you've been using it, because I've never used this resin. I've never used this Just For You Online Apex. I cannot get over the clarity of it. Again, I'm now working with so many new resins, guys, from loads of different companies. So, you know, all the details for your Apex are in the description box below, because there's also a code down there for you. I'm so excited. Okay. Calm down, Claire. Jeez Louise. This is when I need a cup of tea. I'm actually finishing this off with wax. You don't have to seal this, but I decided to seal it. You can use your acrylic sealer, your Jesmonite acrylic sealer. Any sealers you have, you can use it. But I am using the wax from Homeware Design Co. that they sent me as well. Literally wax on, wax off. I don't know if I'm doing that right. This is a permanent vinyl from HTV Ron in the colour brown. And it's fine. You can seal over it. I've done it before. In fact, I was doing this 2 years ago, Jesmonite and vinyl. You can seal over this, no problem. The vinyl will stay there, not an issue. I just rubbed it. I rubbed and I rubbed and I rubbed. Circular motion all over, in nooks and crannies, in that 90-degree edge, all around the outside lip. And then I used a clean sponge to kind of half wax it off. So I'm not taking it all off, but I'm just kind of rubbing it in, if you like, so I'm not leaving any streaks. Also, one thing to add is that I am avoiding the epoxy resin. I do not want to get this wax on the epoxy resin. I'm really focused on that Jesmonite section. I just absolutely love it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, because I cannot wait to use this resin again. I cannot wait to use these flowers again. It's like we were made for each other. Thank you so much to Tony, Crafty by Tony, my absolute bestie on here, for the autumn stroke fall quote, because I'm incorporating fall. She did that on purpose. She knows how much, how many of you guys are here from America who use the word fall. So yeah, she gave me this quote and it works beautifully. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much if you have watched this far. I'm obsessed, guys. Absolutely obsessed. Remember, Saturday's video is a collaboration between myself and Molds and Shapes and other Molds and Shapes affiliates, ambassadors, should I say, using their brand new molds, amazing new molds. And I will see you then. Bye.